Today, I'm going to be teaching you exactly 4 common reasons on why your weight loss has become almost impossible after 40 and how to fix it once and for all. So, if you're a woman specifically, but also male, if you're 40 plus age years old and you notice that your weight loss, like old diets, old ways of losing weight, it's just not working out anymore, and that stubborn scale just won't move after that like 5 to 10 pound fluctuation, this is going to be for you. So today, what we're going to talk about is common thoughts on why we think it is, like our often like what you see online and everything, and then we're going to go over 4 main reasons why and how to actually fix it once and for all. Now, for those who don't know, I'm your host. My name is Hayward. I'm the CEO and founder of Coach Hayward. We specifically help people just like you permanently lose weight, but make it a lifestyle, make it life proof, so that way it's actually permanent. So we do that through habits, the right mindset, and through proper food control as well, having a good relationship with your food. So let's dive in here to today's training. Now, all I ask is that if you do get something valuable to this does help you out quite a bit, make sure you like and subscribe below. So what we often see online when it comes to weight loss after 40 is like the very commonalities, right? Like the metabolism, the hormones, or like the odd person where it's like, my body's broken, I'm old, and that's why. No, all right. As you can see on the last one, no, and I'll explain why. Um, First of all, your body's not broken. Okay. These natural changes do happen with your hormones, metabolism after we age. But here's the crazy thing is that when it comes to our metabolism specifically, right? It's not like we go from burning 2,500 calories to like 1,000 calories. Our metabolism doesn't change that much and that drastically. Maybe let's say it changes by 200 calories, 300, 400 calories, whatever it may be, that would be pushing it. But let's say we're on 200 calories that we burn less per day. That's not even half a pound a week. Okay. Now, the next things though that influence our metabolism is a change in our hormones, but also less muscle mass. If we don't use it, we lose it, right? So after 40, if we don't work out, if we don't strength train, if we're not eating enough protein, we do lose our muscle mass over time. And therefore, that's going to affect our metabolism as well. Okay. The next one here is just overall lifestyle, right? If we move less, all those factors can play a role in our metabolism. Or if we've done all these like restricted dieting approaches, 800-calorie diets, those are going to really drastically affect your metabolism. So things like that, those can drastically affect your metabolism. But let's say if we're healthy all throughout our life, we were working out, we're strength training, and we're just aging over time naturally, a change in our metabolism isn't going to be that crazy. But if we're not doing the right things for ourselves, like if we're not strength training, eating enough protein, sleeping well, managing our, optimizing our routines, yes, our metabolism will take more of a hit. Now, the next one here is hormones. So, like your cortisol levels, maybe they're a little bit higher or lower, actually. And your estrogen levels, they will drop over time as well, specifically you woman. It will drop over time as well, just naturally. That's just the way things work. And then also testosterone levels as well. This is huge in men. So, you men out there, the testosterone levels, if you don't work on yourselves, it's definitely going to drastically drop. And a lot of things too here, y'all, like with a lot of our products nowadays, like even in your shampoo bottles, in your laundry detergent, and all the foods, the plastics, they're all endocrine disruptors, BPAs, like these things that go in and they mess with your little messengers, your hormones. Not good. Okay. And the biggest things though I've noticed the impact of like not having our hormones balanced is like the constant stress, the constant moodiness, the constant up and down. And that's going to make it, and also affecting our emotions and our mental health as well, which just makes it much harder when trying to stay consistent on our weight loss and our health journey, right? Also, another thing too, as we age, is our insulin levels can change too. Okay. Now, for those who think they're just old and broken body, I just want to let you know, like I have clients in their 60s who've lost that 15, 20 pounds of stubborn belly fat, made unbelievable transformations, and now are working on building strength and doing pull-ups. So age, like never let that hold you back, because if we have that perception of like, I'm old and broken and I'm not going to work on myself, that is on a quick path to death, because we're going to start pursuing comfort. We're not going to work on ourselves. We're going to be living in a scared way. And that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. So you can 100% do this. You got this. All right. Let's move on. Now, the biggest changes that influence our weight, and mind you too, guys, I just want to let you know, like, because I'm not 40 yet, but I've helped and coached over 150 plus people permanently transform their bodies after, and this is specifically over the ages of 40. Okay, so I've seen it hundreds of times. Literally, I've seen over 100 plus times on what affects people, what challenges they go through, and I deal with this stuff every single day. So I'm not just saying nonsense out there. This is from pure, actual like coaching and live examples and helping people make these changes in their bodies. Okay. So the biggest change that influence our weight after 40, some of the biggest ones is number one is that we start to pursue a comfortable lifestyle. So we stop moving as much. We sit down on the couch more often. We work desk jobs rather than more physical labor. It's just very common to start living more of a sedentary lifestyle. And you think about it, let's say like a lot of us think like, okay, my metabolism, that's the reason why I'm not losing weight. But if we're not moving our bodies, we're going to be burning at least less than like 200, 250 plus calories a day that we could have burned through more movement, at least 200 calories a day. So like some studies show that people who fidget burn around 200 calories more a day than people who don't. That's just to show you example of like why that movement's important. So that's the first one is lifestyle change, sedentary lifestyle changes. This was actually a huge shift after COVID. When that all happened is we really start pursuing more sedentary lifestyles. Now, the next one is more social gatherings. So, the girls come over, you have some wine night, you have the crackers, the chocolates. More social gatherings are going to be happening. Same thing if you're a hockey mom, a soccer mom, football mom, y'all are traveling around, you having some more drinks with the girls, you're all this stuff, right? All these extra little social gatherings, all those are adding on the extra calories, the extra 250 calories, extra 500 calories. That's going to play a much bigger role than just natural metabolism changes. Okay, so social gatherings is another huge one to take into consideration. Eating out more too, right? We're more stable now at this age, so that way, we go out to eat more, things like that. They do play a big role. Now, another thing too is just a busier lifestyle, deprioritizing yourselves, right? And then a lot of time, a lot of people believe, and they have a belief system where they think it's selfish to work on themselves and put time and invest in themselves because they're taken away from their kids. But in fact, it's the opposite, right? Your kids would much rather have you healthy, happy, confident, feeling good than, and then having that extra 30 minutes that you'd be spending working out, right? So this is why, but this is a huge one though, because kids with tournaments, events, like just in general, having kids, it's a full-time job. I don't have any kids yet, but my mom grew up 3 boys and I've seen it myself. So I get that. Busier life, okay? Hard to get food on track, all those things, right? The next one is less movement overall. So like I mentioned, just sedentary lifestyle changes. So those are all some big factors that influence our weight after 40. Now, 4 more common reasons though why you're not losing weight after 40 specifically is because number one is the weekend snacking or the just little snacks in general, right? We're not taking account for those. The next one is not knowing our numbers with food. So there's no structure and it's just not, or it's not sustainable, right? So we're doing these restricted diets. But if we don't know our numbers, it's like trying to fill up a bathtub and trying to hit a perfect line, but then not watching the water fill out of the faucet. It's just guessing game, right? Every time it's going to overflow. That's like trying to lose weight without knowing our numbers and knowing our food. It's just hard to make it work because food's like 90% of it, right? So the next one is if you've been dieting too long. So this is, I've seen this sometimes for people who've been on diets for 20 years, 15 years trying to lose weight, is if we do too drastic changes, our bodies will adapt to it. Like what they call like starvation mode. Our bodies will kind of get stuck and make weight loss much harder, even though we're eating such low calories. So therefore you'd want to go on like what we call a diet break. Next thing is consistency with one plan. So sometimes, we often think like, okay, well, I should like, sometimes we might have the perception that we can lose weight as quick as we did in the 20s right from the get-go on a new plan, right? And what happens like if we don't lose 2 pounds in a week or 3 pounds or 4 or 5 pounds in a week and we only lose half a pound or a pound, we start guessing like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something wrong. And we don't focus on the wins. Instead, we focus on the negatives and then we jump from one plan to the other or hit a plateau. And let me tell you, plateaus happen. Ups and downs happen, especially with your hormones, ladies. Like fluctuations will happen. It's totally normal. And this is why it's so important to have trust in our plan or have someone there who can guide us. So that way we can keep on track with our weight loss. Because if we jump from one plan to the other, there's no actual clear like focus and it's hard to be consistent and get the results we want. So those are 4 of the most common reasons here. And mind you, this is all just to help y'all out. Go do your own research, of course, always, but these are the biggest factors. So how do we fix this here? Okay, so number one is that it's so important just to get the food on track. Either a custom food menu, you could build your own, you could work with someone to get one. Having that structure is going to be so important, or you can calorie count, but you don't have to do it for the rest of your life, but it is important for right now to get this stuff on track. So that's the very first one. Now, the next one is get back into a consistent movement. So it doesn't need to be crazy. Some of my best clients, the ones that lose 8 to 10 pounds plus a month, they really are getting a lot of steps in. So like 8 to 10,000 steps a day is what they usually pursue. If you can get more steps in and then start strength training 2 to 3 times a week to start out, full body exercises, that's going to help you out a lot. And then making sure you're eating enough protein as well. Those few things right there are going to go a long way. Next thing is take a diet break. So if you are that person who's done the dieting forever, if you notice like you're having like that more moody, more snappy, brain fog, you can't remember things easily, you're feeling less firm, and you've been restricted dieting for a long time, like less than 1,200 calories, maybe take a diet break. Try to get your calories back up, eating more food per day, get that back on track. The next thing you could do is trust your plan. So we got to trust our plans, right? Because in order to stick with it and stay consistent, we want to know and we want to have the right expectations. Like how much weight should I aim to lose per week in next 3 months? What are my expectations for fluctuations? How does this work? It's important to know that. It's very, very important to know that, right? Because we never want to go into a jungle without a map because we're going to get lost and confused and turn around. And that's not helpful. So the next one is you can take my free 40/40 course. So I built my 40/40 course, but it's 2.0 now. It literally breaks down A to Z, everything y'all need after 40 on how to lose weight, ladies, like all about your hormone optimization, supplement recommendations, the proper workouts, written out examples, nutrition control, the whole 9 yards to truly help you out. It's completely free just to help you get on track with your weight loss. So if you want that, you just got to message my Instagram. Okay. So it's at coach.hayward and just message me 40 and I'll send you a link to sign up for it. But those are the main things to fix it. Now, if you guys want some help, you can also message me coach on Instagram. This is what I'm here for, to help you succeed this weight loss journey and make it life proof. So that way it's actually a permanent change. But that's the training for today. That's exactly what you need to know for now. If you apply what I'm teaching you here, I promise you, give it a month, you stay consistent, you're going to get some results 100%. But the last thing too is don't give up, because this is all going to be worth it. Either if you're doing this for yourself, for confidence and comfort, you're doing it for your kids to be a better role model, whatever it may be. It's every little rep, every little sweat, every little struggle. Like it's literally all so worth it to be able to wake up, feel amazing in your skin, to have that confidence, and just, it's a whole different life. It's a whole different life. So make that shift. Remember, it's an identity and it's not just a diet. You got this. Start today for better tomorrow, and message me on Instagram 40 if you want to take my free course. And I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this training.